Good morning, Dr. Hickey, Mr. Patterson, Mr. Gallagher, faculty, and fellow students. Coming to America as an exchange student has been a great experience with a lot of new and exciting things happening in my life. I was really nervous about coming here for a long time, but I made my final decision to do it at the end of July last year, which was really late considering that I was leaving in late August. I knew about my chance of coming to Upland for an exchange year a long time ago, because my sister came here in 2018 to spend an exchange year, and she really liked it. She had been telling me that I couldn't miss this opportunity for years on end, and I was always skeptical about it. I thought that I would miss out on too many things happening in Finland if I left. I don't play hockey, and this school is known for their hockey success. I also didn't think I would find a way to keep playing basketball like I did in Finland, and I was scared to lose all my skill. I felt like coming here for a year would be a waste of time, even though my sister kept telling me that it's not true, and that I was going to regret not coming here for the rest of my life. Luckily, Upland had created a basketball team for the first time in a really long time, and it happened to be on a year I came here. Even though our team's success was not the best, I still enjoyed playing and had a fun time. I was also very lucky to find a good team outside of school, and it helped to keep up with my skills. I've tried so many new things here in America that I didn't know I was ever going to try, like surfing. I've now tried surfing 3 times, and every time I did it, I had a lot of fun. My first time surfing was in October, when we went to New Jersey. It was really hard at first, but I started to learn pretty quickly. Not long after, we went there again, and I felt much more comfortable. My 3rd time surfing was in Daytona Beach in Florida, where the waves are much bigger and the water was warmer. In Finland, I would never go on to try surfing because none of my friends or family members do it, and there's not a lot of good places or conditions to do it. I also got to try lacrosse for the first time, which has been good so far, and I'm looking forward to the season. Lacrosse was my sister's favorite sport at Upland, and she actually continued playing it in Finland for a little bit. I also got to try a ton of new foods that have been mostly good, and that I wish were more popular in Finland. For example, there are a lot of fast food restaurants that don't exist in Finland. In America, I've experienced a couple new holidays. For example, Thanksgiving. Thanksgiving was really fun and new for me, and I wish we would celebrate Thanksgiving in Finland too. Christmas was different in many ways compared to what it is at home. The food is a bit different, and we open gifts in the evening, while here we open them in the morning, right when we wake up. I don't think it's a bad difference, but I prefer the way it is in Finland. My favorite part about my exchange year so far has easily been all the trips that I've gone to with my host family. I've been very lucky to be able to go on so many trips. The first big trip we did with my host family was to New York City in December. It was a really fun trip for me because I had always dreamed of going to New York and seeing all the famous things there. We spent 2 days and 1 night there, which was good because that was enough time to see a lot of it. I was not disappointed on the trip, and it was good or even better than I thought it would be. The next big trip was not long after. It was from late December to early January. We went on a cruise ship from Florida to the Bahamas. Before the cruise, we went to my host family's grandparents' house in Florida and spent a couple days there. It was my first time in Florida, and I was amazed because it was warm there, even though it was the middle of the winter. And I really liked the beaches and other places there. The cruise was amazing too. I had a really good time there and enjoyed everything. We spent our New Year's Eve there, and it was a cool and good way to spend New Year's Eve. The cruise lasted a couple days, and then we got to the Bahamas, which was a great place too, with really clear water and warm weather. This trip was my favorite one I had here, and I'm grateful that I got to experience such a trip. The last big trip I went on with my host family was just recently, at the start of this month. We went to South Florida for a week. The reason for the vacation was because my host sister had a hockey tournament there. It was all around nice and relaxing vacation. We spent a lot of time at the beach, which was my favorite part. I'm looking forward to visiting Florida again later on because it left a great impression on me. I also got to experience some good trips with both the soccer team and my class. There was a Connecticut trip with the team, a Bear Creek trip with our class, a New York trip with the class, and a ski trip. My 2 favorite trips were the Connecticut trip with the soccer team and the ski trip with my class. The soccer trip was a good experience, and we had some good games. The ski trip was also a lot of fun, and it was my first time skiing in a while because since I have lived here, I've not been able to ski as much as back home. I had a lot of fun on all the trips, and I'm happy that I got to experience all of them. We also went skiing a couple times after the class trip with my host family in the Poconos. I had a really good time there too. School has been a lot different here than it is at home. Here the learning is different because we use much more talking here than in Finland. Back home we never did any sort of hardness or discussions at school, and I think it would help a lot of Finnish students because it's a different way of learning, and for some people it's much more effective. I personally think that the way of learning here is better in a lot of ways than it is in Finland. It makes memorizing things easier. School sports are also more convenient here because they are right after school and in the same place. In Finland, normal schools like the one I went to did not have sports included with the school, and all sports were done outside of school, which is a lot worse and harder in my opinion. Since coming to America, I've gotten to try so many new experiences and I've met a lot of good new people. Which is the reason I wanted to come here and spend the exchange year. I had a lot of bad expectations and I was very skeptical of coming here and thought I would regret this year. Quickly, I learned that I was wrong. And this year has actually been a great experience. Now my time is coming to an end and I'm starting to realize I will leave soon, which feels weird because it feels like I just came here. The time has gone so fast and I feel like it has not been nearly as long as it actually has been. I feel like I have also learned a lot of things and I have grown as a person, which is because without my own parents living with me, I've had to be more responsible and take care of myself more. It was challenging for me at first, but now it feels normal. There is only less than 2 months of time for me to spend here, and I'm excited to see my family and friends again, but I will also miss a lot of things here. I'm very glad I had and took the opportunity to be a student here. Thank you.